The lesson we're going to talk about today is pre-algebra, Unit 2, Lesson 4. We are undoing the distributive property. The homework that goes with this is page 6 and 7. Now, let's do a little bit of a warm-up. Pause your video and do these problems. All right, these two problems, we need to use the order of operations, which is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, in this problem, there's no parentheses, but there is an exponent. So I'm going to write 12 minus 4 divided by 2 squared means 2 times 2, which is 4. My dear, you multiply and divide before you add and subtract. So I'm going to have 12 minus 1, which is 11. There's my PEMDAS pizza with a piece of pepperoni. All right, this one, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Do parentheses first. So 4 plus 3, that means times. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now, I multiply before I add, so 4 plus 9 is 13. There's my PEMDAS pizza. All right, let's review distributive property. Let's do this one. Negative 4 times the quantity negative x minus 3. Remember, this is a negative 1 here. So negative 4 times negative 1x is positive 4x. Negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. So 4x plus 12. 6 times the quantity 2x plus 4. 6 times 2x is 12x. Positive 6 times positive 4 is positive 24. And that's, we're done. 12x plus 24. Now we're going to distribute the 1/2. 1/2 times 4x is 2x. And 1/2 times positive 6 is positive 3. This one, 3 times the quantity 8x plus 9. 3 times 8x is 24x. Positive 3 times negative 9 is negative 27. So your answer is 24x minus 27. Negative 3 times the quantity negative 2x minus 4. Negative 3 times negative 2x is positive 6x. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Okay, this one's a little bit more complicated. 8x times the quantity 4m minus 3. So 8x times 4m, 8 times 4 is 32, and I'm going to have an m and an x. 8x times 4m is 32mx. 8x times negative 3 is negative 24x. Now, we are going to talk about undoing the distributive property that is called factoring. It is basically doing the distributive property backwards. So, if I want to factor 4h plus x, 4h plus 8, you say to yourself, what number divides into 4 and into 8? Well, it would be 4. That goes on the outside of the parentheses. And then the math that you're doing in your head, since the distributive property is multiplying, undoing it would be dividing. So 4h divided by 4, well, h divided by h is 1. I'm left with h. Positive 8 divided by 4 is positive 2. So the factored form is 4 times the quantity h plus 2. How do you know you're right? Well, let's use the distributive property. 4 times h is 4h. Positive 4 times positive 2 is positive 8, which is what we started with, so we know we're right. All right, let's try some of these. So you are factoring. What can I divide into 40p and 50? I can divide them both by 10. So that is going on the outside of the parentheses. I'm going to divide by 10, divide by 10. 40p divided by 10 is 4p. Positive 50 divided by 10 is positive 5. If you use the distributive property on this, you will get what you started with. What can I divide 30 and 30j by? I can divide by 30. That's what goes on the outside. So divide by 30, divide by 30. 30 divided by 30 is 1. 30j divided by 30 is positive 1j, which is just positive j.
Christopher Ryan, please report to the office.
What can I divide 30x and 20 by? I can divide by 10. So that comes to the outside. 30x divided by 10 is 3x. Positive 20 divided by 10 is positive 2. Last but not least, what can I divide 14x and 16 by? Positive 4. So that's what goes on the outside of the parentheses. 4x divided by 4 is just 1x. 16 divided by 4 is 4. And again, if you use the distributive property, you can check and make sure that that is right.